This episode of Casual Friday is brought to you by Gamefly. What is the statute of limitations on peeing on someone?
I don't know. It probably goes state by state.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, here with this candy that it's a dangerous word. It's kind of word
How can we relate this to video game controversy?
Candy and video.
Yeah, I've been reading the articles about this Candy Crush thing today, and it's just, I'm just angry. I'm just angry.
Okay, here's the part that actually surprised me the most. It didn't occur to me that someone could trademark candy.
You can trademark anything.
No, they just hadn't crossed my mind. But no one has.
Yeah, no one has.
I know, granted, they can only use candy in connection with software.
Right.
But still, no one, candy has played a prominent role to some extent in video games, I think. Maybe. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, there was the game that, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm probably wrong, but wasn't Bejeweled based off of a candy game that EA did with Pogo? Sweet Sugar, like Sweet Tooth, something like that?
I'm not sure.
I actually don't know this one.
Or maybe it was the other way
Bejeweled
around.
was PopCap, which is owned by EA, so.
But they weren't always.
No, but not back then.
Right.
There was a Pogo game called Sweet Tooth that I think Bejeweled spun off, or it could have been the other way around.
I find it funny because I would go to your show to find all this out.
I would go to the internet to find that out. In that particular case, it wouldn't come off of my brain like most of it. But
okay, so they have candy.
Yes.
And they have Saga. I know all their other games. I can't remember what they are. It's like Fish Saga and
Pet Saga.
Poop Saga. Do they have Poop Saga?
Like
Probably.
Bubble Wizard Saga.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They don't have that many games, though.
Maybe they have quite a few.
I looked at their Wikipedia page and I saw like only 5 or 6 that were still in existence, but maybe that's not
maybe they had
complete.
it, but yeah. So, Saga. Really, that was more shocking.
Because Saga actually means what it's intended for in the banner Saga.
Yeah.
It's like Norse.
It's like an
history.
Icelandic myth that does.
Yeah, it's like.
But Saga's in so many games, and no one thought to get it.
No.
No.
And then, so maybe most video game publishers are a little more beneficent than we actually give them credit for, except for King.
Have they gone after Crush yet? Though?
No.
No. So we can still have games about having a crush on someone.
Well,
or
somebody
crushing someone.
Or sodas.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe they have
Orange
that.
Crush, yeah.
Maybe Crush has they can't get
Yeah,
Crush
but once
because
again,
of the soda.
but they only have these names as it pertains to software.
Right.
What about soft drinks?
Who knows? We can see quite a battle of the titans here.
I saw a tweet from Brian Provinciano today that was like, what happens when Hasbro wants to make a Candyland iPhone game and they can't?
Yeah.
Which is even funnier because as he pointed out, there's a character in Candyland called King Candy.
You're right. Because isn't he king of the
He's
Candyland?
king of the Candyland, yes.
Yeah. Not like King Friday,
No.
Right.
the King Candy.
King Candy.
Yeah.
So, I think the part that kind of bums me out is the argument that they're using when they're like, whoa, we're just doing this to prevent all the knockoffs. It's a very viable argument that kind of ignores the fact that, so you're trying to make sure that if someone does an actual knockoff of your game, you can go after them. But in the process of doing that, you can kind of take out everyone else who probably has to pay you some licensing fee or get, or something. It's just, it's so, I don't know, is that bootstrapping? I don't know, I watched too much Law and Order. I would say you're bootstrapping.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have a boot.
Yeah, I don't know. I was reading about it this morning and it's like a lot of people see something like that and assume that any, like Banner Saga is not going to be able to get released, which is not the case. Like,
Well, Banner Saga 2, they want to work on the sequel,
Yeah, so you can still use the word candy in your game. Apparently, like when you register a trademark or when you file a trademark like that, it doesn't become registered for 5 years. And in that 5 years, they have to basically aggressively pursue anybody else who tries to infringe on it. And then after the 5 years, once it becomes registered, that's when they can actually sue people.
Okay, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to protect Candy Crush from Candy Crush knockoff games. As if candy is the most important aspect of Candy Crush.
As if Candy Crush wasn't already a knockoff of Bejeweled.
Yeah.
Well, but it's also, it's like, someone could just call it Poop Crush.
Yeah.
And it plays exactly the same, except it's probably of a browner color. And like, I mean,
I'm gonna make Poop Squash Story. is my name. Is my game.
Poop Squash Chronicles.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do Poop Saga.
No, you can't do Saga, sir.
Yeah,
Can't
you're
do
right,
Saga.
you're right,
Can't
you're
do
right.
Saga. I mean, yeah. Poop Squash story is what happens to me every morning.
Well, so there's a candy jam now. Have you heard of this?
Candy Jam?
Somebody is making a game jam where you can only make games that have candy in the title, or Saga, or Apple.
I thought you
or
were
all
talking
these
about
things.
actual candy jam.
No, that would be
Spread on
Something that's
toast.
spreadable that's really bad for you.
that will probably be one of the games in the candy jams if there are smart enough people there.
I want to go to this candy jam. Yeah, I mean, it's this is kind of this falls within the realm of all the stuff that's happening with the patent trolling, and it's like these laws were in place to facilitate innovation and allow they've just been turned on their ear, and it's really, really, really sad.
Yeah, it really is.
And like I told you when we were coming over here, the king of that, at least in the entertainment world, was Gene Simmons, who trademarked OJ. Like, you cannot say OJ
We're referring to orange juice.
when referring to orange juice, because he looked at it and figured out that no one had trademarked OJ yet.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
someone owns the rights
Someone
to that
owns
song.
right that, and you can't sing it on camera without paying royalties. That's ridiculous. That's, good Lord, that's ridiculous. I wish I was that smart. I need to figure out something that I can trademark.
Well, I guess the sad thing about the happy birthday one is that someone sat down and really thought through that song. That really isn't a song that really says, oh my God, what a masterpiece of composition.
Yeah.
But also, that was someone's pain in the ass for like 2 weeks. Walking around the house going, oh, happy birthday. To who? To who? Oh, who is this for? No, you. It's for you. But I can't personalize. Oh, God.
Yeah. You always hear those arguments from people who are like, well, they have to defend their copyright or otherwise, like, it completely negates the law. And it's like, that's true, but also those laws are in place to prevent games from, like, copying other games in a similar fashion. Like, all they're doing here is trying to set a precedent by trying to...
And now that they go down that path, they probably do have to aggressively pursue everything.
Yeah.
Because, when the guy comes around and does the bad thing. But like I said, candy just doesn't seem to be and Saga don't seem to be the important parts.
I think Saga is way more ridiculous than Candy.
Yeah.
I mean, has Candy been a central theme in, like...
I think.
In games?
In a game? Like...
Well, like you said earlier, Candyland.
Candyland,
It is a very central theme in that game.
But I mean, like, apps.
Otherwise, it's just a land.
Otherwise, it's just a magical
then
land.
it's just a Todd Howard Bethesda game if you don't have the candy in it.
It's filled with all sorts of strange creatures. Chocolate swamp.
But I mean, as far as apps go, because the trademark only applies to other apps, right?
I believe it's software.
Yeah.
So
I think it's
so
software.
if we want to have like an Xbox 360 exclusive Candy Junction and the Candy folk have a candy time together, I think there might be a problem.
I would like to. That dog's taking a dump.
The best part about having candy at the park.
I'm so distracted by that dog.
Yeah, get a good look at that.
That's the new star of Poop Saga.
Yeah. And now, let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, GameFly. GameFly is the world's largest online video game rental service, offering you a choice of over 8,000 new and classic titles across all consoles and handhelds. Plans start at just $15.95 a month, and members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time, keeping them for as long as they like. Once you're done playing, just send the game back and GameFly will send you the next available game on your list. You can support Rev3 games and get a free 15-day trial membership by signing up at gamefly.com/casual.